Hello, this is the Nightline Podcast. My name's James Pikeaway, and if you want to learn more about the program, please go to www.dubai1038.com or email us, nightline@dubai1038.ae. Enjoy the show. Remember, we are the last bastion of testosterone on radio.
I mean, all right, let's go with that. I'm not sure I have that much testosterone in me, but all right.
4001 is the SMS line, 04-423-1010. We're talking cars. You got something you want to say? You've got maybe you're trying to make that ultimate choice between a Chrysler 200 and a Yaris Saloon, or you're really wondering, should I get the Sunny or should I go for that new Civic, or I don't know. Everyone's got a thing, or should I buy this for my wife or that for my wife? We love those questions.
Don't answer that question.
Hey,
get your wife to call in. That's the way to do that.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it, actually?
Yeah.
The wife just...
Yes.
And she just... And not as a wife, she just said, I wanted a car.
No, I want the wife to call in tonight and say, I'm thinking of getting this car for my husband. Do you think it would be all right for him?
Can you imagine
Then
that?
we can be really condescending about husbands.
A pink Beetle.
I am a husband, so it's okay. We can do that.
Hey, guys, on another
and also
note,
a man.
I just want to remind you of something, that ARN's free radio advertising seminars are now on at the Westin Minasiahi. These are a lot of fun. If you haven't been, go check it out. If you're in the area, go and say hello to Mark from The Ticket. He's going to be there tomorrow. This is your best chance to learn about advertising with us right here on Dubai Eye, and of course across the ARN network. Text ABC to 4324 or visit radiorsvp.com. It's that simple. So go check that out. What are you guys driving this week, by the way? Are you driving anything cool?
Well, I'm actually driving his car for a change.
It's all
You're driving the DeLorean?
No.
Let's be serious. This is a serious show.
That's right, yeah. No, I'm driving the Wrangler for a change. What have we been driving? I was driving the Sierra.
Uh-huh.
Still got that. It's pretty good. Loving that all the way to the desert and back.
All the way.
I took it up to Filli. Have you ever been up to Filli?
Philadelphia?
No, not Philadelphia. No.
I've been to Philly.
I didn't just drive GM's truck
I was gonna say,
all the way
man,
across the Atlantic.
How did you get to Philly? And did you get a Philly steak
It's a very
sandwich?
long ferry.
I did.
No, where's Philly?
I could
Where's
get a Philly
Philly?
ticket.
Where's Philly?
Well, okay. So if you go up towards where are we going? So
Philly.
You're telling us.
We're
yeah,
going
I
to
know.
Philly.
So it's off the Culver Road.
Yes.
Off the Culver Road before you get into the mountain bit, and you go off towards the right, and you go down to Philly Village down there. If you turn off there towards Barami into the mountains, there's some beautiful tracks up there now. I just discovered them the other day. There's some fantastic tracks. Beautiful landscape, very quiet, very peaceful, absolutely stunning up there. Really, really nice. And the truck was fabulous. It was a perfect vehicle to just go exploring,
beautiful.
just meandering around, as I call it.
Nice.
Not this kind of dune bashing off-roading that he does. Just
Yes.
kind of
Steady on.
steadily meandering
Why am I being
around.
brought into this?
Gentlemen, hold that thought. We've got our first caller
No way.
of the evening. We do. Let's head to the phone lines. Good
do
evening.
that.
Welcome to Nightline.
Hello, good evening, guys.
How are you doing?
Hi.
I'm well, thank you. Just a quick question. I'm looking to buy a second car,
You okay?
and I've got my eyes on a Toyota Celica 2003 TRD.
Ooh,
It's
that's nice.
American specs.
Oh,
A Celica. I was going to say a Celica TRD.
Hold on. American specs.
Yeah, no, but you wouldn't have got a TRD from here.
No,
Yeah.
she wouldn't have got a Celica here in the 2000s,
Yeah.
but yeah.
American spec. Okay.
Well, keep going.
Keep going, though.
It's been obviously upgraded. It's got all the latest mod cons and navigation systems and that. It's in fairly good condition.
Man, I want to see a
168.
picture of this thing.
Yeah,
That's
send us
what
a picture. That's what we want right now.
Anyway, sorry to...
It's got 168k on the clock. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on Celicas.
What was the mileage again?
What, 168?
168.
168. Is that miles or kilometers?
That's miles.
Man,
Ooh,
that's
that's a
well
fair
driven.
few
That's well driven. So the first question that would come to my mind, and the first thing that I've learned listening to these boys, is when you bring vehicles in from out of country, the challenge is they haven't had all of the cooling adjusted for
That's
here,
right, yeah, the
and this
GMC
can be
spec,
problematic.
The radio,
Yeah.
the lights, the cooling, all that. However, the question here is this: are you planning to use this as a daily driver, or is this a fun toy to have?
Just a fun toy to have.
Well,
then that's a whole different
then
thing,
half of that goes out the window because
Yeah.
then that's not an issue. This is something that he's just going to have a bit of
And
fun
it's something unusual and a bit cool.
with. Yeah.
What color is it?
It's a black.
What,
matte
and
black.
what year was this again? We talking?
2003.
2003.
It was the
Okay.
swoopy one that had
So
the weird Batmobile style about it.
So have you seen the car? You looked over it?
No, I've not actually seen it. I've just seen it on Dibizzle. I'm
right.
trying to look at it. I just wanted to get an idea
Yeah.
of your thoughts of whether it should be
I
sort
think you're
of a reasonable buy.
You're a long way off yet then buying it, because we all sit on Dibizzle looking at pictures of cars and going,
We
whoa.
do fantasy shopping every night.
Tongue hangs out every night. There's a car that goes, whoa. But the best thing you can do is get yourself down there and check out the car. Drive it, and do the old things where you go there. Make sure you go there before the owner's warmed it up. You've had a chance to actually drive the car when it's cold, so you get to hear any noises, clanks, no stereo, that sort of thing. Those are all the basics. But at the basic level, you first have to figure out if you like the car, that kind of car. Because I remember the 2003 TRD Celica.
TRD.
Yes, not CRD. Had a very high revving engine with like a Honda. And if it's that engine, the 190 horsepower engine, that's a good one. That's actually pretty rare, so that's a good find. However, the mileage...
I believe it's a 140, not 190. The engine.
It'll be slightly more of a talkier thing, but it might not be quite as nice to drive. So again, these are only things you know when you discover when you actually drive the car.
I'm a little nervous about the mileage.
I've just done the
164,000
calculation.
miles. That's a huge number.
270,000 kilometers.
That's a well-driven car.
That's a car that's gone to the moon and back on that mileage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are a lot of stuff that's going to need to be replaced, or hopefully it's already been replaced. Otherwise, you're going to have a whole heap of trouble. Don't forget, the trouble with these cars is not the engine so much. The parts you'll find at scrappers and garages, it'll be body parts. So if you have a smack or a crash or somebody biffs you, those are going to be really difficult body parts to get. So that's to keep in mind. If you have any kind of accident, it could take the car off the road for a while, if not permanently. Those are your major issues.
But again, using it as a toy, I think is a different thing. Do you know if the car has been recently imported or if it's been here a while?
No, it's been the present owner has been using it for the last two years, I believe, just over 2 years.
Right, okay.
I mean, it better be a keen price. At the end of the day, make sure it isn't too modified as well. And weirdly, it'll be things like electricals, like if somebody's put in a fancy stereo or whatever, that tends to mess things up because you get some really bad installations of audio stuff that can actually cause lots of problems with the car. And when these kinds of cars, that's what people did. They got bumping stereos, which then ended up blowing the entire ECU at some point.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at you. You put in a tape deck into your car. That's not a bumping stereo.
That was a while back.
Yeah. But that's the thing. So you really have to come and go with the car with a fine-tooth comb. You have to be a little bit forgiving because it's an older car. It's got a high mileage, and it's a toy. So there will be problems. I'm just going to assume right now there's going to be problems. But if the price is keen, why not?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to ask you the question. I know it's just asking how long is a piece of string, but what would be the sort of the range of price on that sort of vehicle at the moment? It's advertised at 17,000.
17,000.
Oh. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what? It's summer. He's selling a sports car. He's selling an imported sports car.
Go in and make an offer.
Make an offer.
Yeah.
Anything closer to 10 is more realistic because there's a very, very small pool of people who could be interested in that kind of vehicle, and you are one of a handful. So
and to be honest, at 10, it's worth a punt, isn't it? At 10, it's like, come on, just buy it.
At 10, I'm all over that.
You know what I mean? It's a bit of fun, really, isn't
At 17, I'm going,
17 to make your thing, but 10, if you buy at 10, you need to spend another 5 to 7 grand on it. You're still covered. So
just think that every dime you save in the negotiation is money that you can put into like restoration, repairs, and/or improvements.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it sounds
good.
fun. Hey, sounds fun.
Thanks for calling through. Let us know how you make out with that, and when you do get it, we want to see the pictures.
Okay.
Cool. Good luck. Bye.
Thanks for the information.
There we go. This is Car Talk. If you're wondering what you're listening to right here on Nightline, the boys from Motoring Middle East are in the house. They're busy checking through Dubizzle. They're looking for this thing too.
Was it that obvious?
I've just found a Korean imported. It says Korean
I saw the
imported
Korean
Celica.
imported.
That's
a
18,000.
KDM car.
That's a Celica GTS. It says.
Man.
Yeah, that might be it. But no, that's a GTS.
He said it's from the U.S.
Yeah, he said TRD. This is not a TRD. Interesting.
Well, does it make a difference on these cars?
There might be a little bit of a race on now that we've told the world.
Yeah.
That there's two Celicas
Poor
available.
guy, he might actually not be able to get it now because everybody wants to buy it.
Hey, we want to hear from you right here on the program. If you want to get involved with us, you can do that via the SMS line. You can also telephone through, as our first caller just did. I also want to remind you guys that one of the best social events on the sporting calendar is right around the corner. Over the next 3 weeks, you're going to want to be tuning in right here to Dubai Eye 103.8 FM because we are the Dubai Duty Free Darts Masters official station. And so this is incredible. You guys...
Oh, sound.
Yeah, there you go.
180. I was going to say.
man.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds good, right?
You know what?
So-
The world's greatest darts players are returning to the desert to play in the Dubai Duty-Free Darts Masters on the 26th and the 27th of May. The posters are up. It's all happening over at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Stadium. I mean, this is going to be awesome. And general admission tickets, season passes, VIP tickets, all available. To get information, go to dubai-darts.com/tickets. It's that easy. And if you're wondering, okay, what's this going to set me back? The event takes place, as I said, from the 26th and the 27th at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Stadium, Irish Village, and tickets are on sale from 199 dirhams. So this is, as they say, the best social event on the sporting calendar. And with Chris and Emma covering this thing, it is going to be exceptional. So go check that out. But we're talking cars, so get involved with us right here, right now.
Boom, boom, boom.
There we go. The phone lines are wide open. Everyone knows Esther is here answering the phones this evening because they're just calling through. I've got a couple of texts.
They're calling for Esther.
They're
not
calling to
for
speak
us.
to Esther. Yeah, call and have a chat with Esther. She's very, very funny. Talk to
Yes,
Esther. I mean,
she's
Esther,
great.
she knows a lot about cars as well. So have a chat with Esther. And,
Well, she's been listening to us long enough, hasn't she? So she's
Well,
doing the
well,
show
let's
next
not
week
actually.
now.
That's it. Esther's coming in. She's doing the car show. It's Cars with Esther.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
That's a whole different show. I'd listen to that.
Speaking of that, we got a caller on the line. Let's
Cool.
go to the phone lines. Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, we're doing excellent.
Cool.
All right, guys. How are things going? It's good show. I'm enjoying it. And I just had a question.
Okay.
We're looking to buy a new family car.
Oh, new or used? New or used?
New, brand new. I don't believe in second-hand cars, unfortunately.
Okay, no problem.
We just got a baby, so we want to get a car that's economical, safe, and lady-friendly. So we were thinking of the Hyundai Sante Fe.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
quite a few queries.
I like the Santa Fe. I think if I was in that market right now today, I'd probably be heading for a Tiguan. I really like the
Okay.
Volkswagen, and there's a great
There's
price.
a brand new Tiguan.
There's a brand new one out there.
Tiguan just coming
It's
over.
what,
It's fantastic
84,
car.
84,000, I think. What's the Santa Fe coming in at right now?
I don't know.
Well, the one we saw was the Grand Santa Fe, and it was 121.
Okay.
So how many babies are you having?
Yeah.
Well, no, this
So-
is the first.
Okay, so there's three of you right now.
That's right.
You know, the one thing that's really nice about both the Hyundai and the Kia products is they're affordable machines, and the service is very affordable on them, which is
Okay.
one of the nice things.
All right.
Gentlemen,
Okay, I just want to jump in because one of the things you said, because you said family, you mentioned lady friendly, which we don't like
Yes.
to say here, but anyway, you mentioned safety. So this is a family car. You want to put your family in it, and you're quite concerned about
Absolutely.
safety, the roads and the driving being what it is. Yeah,
Yes.
I would not go Korean if that's your priority.
Okay.
If that's your priority, I'd go European or top-end Japanese, because safety, there's a lot of research and development that's gone into safety. Most modern cars are very, very safe. Nearly all of them are very,
Right.
very safe, you know.
Okay.
But safety is about crumple zones, it's about technology in the
Okay,
car,
well,
it's about
Yeah.
driver's aids, you know.
Mazda. What
Yes.
about the Mazda?
Mazda, you'd look at Mazda, you look at something from these
CX-5,
manufacturers.
CX-9.
Renault do extremely well on the NCAP safety crash ratings in the UK.
Okay.
Mercedes are
Okay.
amongst the leading proponents
course.
of car safety, and they've got a couple of SUVs that are, you mentioned the GLA,
GLA,
yeah.
GLC.
Yeah, so slightly
Yeah.
more money, but if that's your priority, then that's where you need to go.
I am still sitting on the Tiguan
Okay.
fence. I just think
And Tiguan, absolutely.
I think the
Tiguan,
Volkswagen is a
that's
great
gonna be
vehicle.
solid. Yeah, that's
And
going
if
to
you're
be solid.
talking about lady friendly, you're talking about a car that's easy to manipulate, easy to control,
It's a
very
Tiguan.
intuitive.
That's right.
And
she's driven well for the last. She's driven over 10 years, but she's driven in Bombay. So
Well, if you
Well,
could-
that-
if you could
if you
drive
can
in
drive
Bombay.
there.
she doesn't need any more lessons, man.
This is a piece of cake by comparison. Oh.
Now, what about the Mitsubishi? What about a Pajero?
Well, we've had a
Old.
Mitsubishi and-
No, again, I would dismiss
Let him
that.
talk. Let him talk,
No, I
Shazad.
would dismiss it straight away because, for him it's safety, and I get where he's coming from.
I'd be out.
'Cause,
It's a lot of
family
metal,
man.
it's
You know
a lot
what?
of mass.
You can ramp up the number of options on that Tiguan. They're starting at 84.
Yeah.
To me, this is just a great vehicle. I would go and give it a try and see.
Well, I just drove it in Berlin a
tell
couple
us
of
about
weeks
it.
ago, and it was fantastic. It's a very easy car to live with. There's lots of thoughtful little touches in the car.
It's German.
Lots of clever
This
stuff.
is a German
Yeah.
machine.
It's a pretty good-looking car now, isn't it, compared to the old one?
The biggest thing about it is that actually they've got more space. It's longer, wider, lower. It's sleeker. It's better looking. There's more space inside. There's more practicality inside, but it's easier to drive. And it's got all of the driver's aids and all of those, cross-traffic alert, 360-degree camera. All of that stuff is on there.
What's the
It's a
engine?
really good car.
One final question.
Yes.
In terms of maintenance for this country where the temperature goes up 50 plus sometimes, I've found the Japanese has always been very good versus any other brand. Now, is that just because I've had good luck with this versus the other brands that I have bought and didn't have good luck, or is it a fact?
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's a fact, but I would say that obviously the Japanese cars have had a longer history in this market, as have American cars, in fact. But I would say any modern car, particularly from the recognized bigger brands, will have been tested to destruction even in this market. A lot of manufacturers are now doing extreme hot weather testing right here in this market. So if you're buying a brand new car, then I wouldn't really worry about that. Some of the, I hesitate to say this, but some of the perhaps other European brands, the non-German brands, perhaps aren't tested to that extreme in this market.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
And the ACs perhaps are not as strong as, and I think you're getting what I'm saying here.
One of the reasons to expound on that as well is the Japanese brands, the reason they have that reputation is because they, to some extent, have been over-serviced. Their intervals have been 5K. So they have little chance to go wrong because the car is constantly in the dealership. Every 5K is not a lot if you think about it. Whereas the European brands are every 10K or 15K in some cases.
Absolutely.
So now that the playing field has now been leveled, for your information, everybody has 10K intervals. So everybody's the same. So I wouldn't worry about that aspect too much. Just get whatever you and your wife want.
At the end of the day, you've got that Wrangler and you've been out in the desert during summer, during 50 degrees in that car, right?
Occasionally in the air, occasionally all the wheels off the air.
Yeah, and no issues whatsoever.
Never missed a beat.
Yeah.
And that because my first American car, and like you, I had my trepidations. I thought, you know what, is this going to be the kind of Jeep that I've heard the horror stories, but I've been, you know what, it's been left me nothing but pleased and happy. And we're a couple of Jeep owners right here in the studio, actually.
I drive mine hard, and they serve me well, so I've got no complaints.
Well, I agree. I mean, I drive a Nissan. I've driven it to 150,000 since 2008. Correction, 199,000.
There we go.
Since 2008, and the car is perfect.
Yeah.
So I've got, perfect. So I'll have a think, and thank you very much for your input.
Thank you for calling. Have a great night.
You too, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one.
This is Car Talk, by the way. If you're wondering what you're listening to, Motoring Middle East is in the house, and we're talking about cars. Here's a great one that's come in. It says that, help. I want a car as durable as a Hummer H3, 5 cylinders. It's Mohammed here. Any suggestions?
Durable as a H3. Well, that's anything that was contemporary at the time, wasn't it, Shazad?
Well, to be honest, an H3 is just built on the same platform as a Tahoe and a Sierra.
It's a Colorado platform. So it is a pickup.
It's a smaller platform.
It's a pickup truck. But, anything like a Fortuner, the new one is pretty solid. Prado, FJ. I mean, it depends what your priorities are. Grand Cherokee. But if you're more leading towards off-roading, Prado, Grand Cherokee.
He wants 5-cylinder, though. Who's making a 5-cylinder?
Nobody. It's not a good idea. Everything is a V6.
You're looking at old Volvos, perhaps, but not really. Why specifically a 5-cylinder?
Because that's the engine that came in H3. It was a 5-cylinder.
No, but why does he want to have a 5-cylinder now?
I think he just wants something like an H3.
Yeah. All right.
What's similar in feel to an H3?
Well, you want a Tonka toy. So basically,
FJ Cruiser.
we're again talking Wrangler.
FJ Cruiser?
We're talking Wrangler. We're talking FJ Cruiser. These cars are big, tough Tonka toys.
At the end of the day, that is a V6. So what he can do is go and chop off one of the cylinders, and then you know what? Which you can't do. You cannot do that. But
no, don't do that. No.
Mohammed, go get an FJ.
Yeah. I want to go back to the caller with the Celica, because we found him a better one. Okay. It's on Dubizzle. If you're still listening, mate, go and have a look.
Listening.
Go back to Dubizzle. Look for the Celica GTS, a Korean imported. It's got less mileage on it. It's got the 190 brake horsepower engine, and it's up for 18,000 dirhams. It's probably negotiable, but do carefully check that car because Eagle-Eyed Giado has spotted discrepancy in this car because it's supposedly a manual.
Is that how you say Imtishan's last name, Giado?
Yes.
You know how long?
That's how I say it.
I've been mispronouncing.
You know how many years you pronounced my first name?
5 years I've been mispronouncing his last name. I just got the first name sort of correct.
Yes.
Wow.
So you're staying away from the third name. But as I was saying, just check this car out carefully when you go and see it, because as Imtishan says, it may have had a transmission conversion or a dashboard conversion, because the instrument panel actually says park and drive and all that, but it's a manual car. So just double check it. But it sounds like a bit of a good deal, this one.
It sounds like a better deal than the other car.
Yeah.
There is a level of wariness
Hold
you have
on.
to have.
How can if someone's been messing around with the dash, if it's got
Take
park
it
and
to a
drive
nice
on that?
garage like
Well, the
Ray's.
mileage might be
Okay,
fake.
here, speaking of this, I got a great one that's just come through. It says, "Good evening." It says, "I have a question related to the odometer, related
There
to
you go.
odometer manipulation." It says, "I have purchased a used 2004 Pajero, and I used it for a couple of years. I wanted to exchange it for a new Pajero at the agency, and I was shocked when they told me that the odometer was not correct, and there is 80,000 additional kilometers taken off of it. What's your advice in such a situation? How can I sell it without cheating or not losing so much?" So someone tampered with the odometer.
Well, it's not unusual, really, unfortunately.
How would they
It's
know
sad to
80,000
say.
was taken off? How would the...
Well, they would have the actual service history
Yeah,
records,
if
and
they-
they'd compare it and see the numbers don't match
I
up.
mean, if they have the car and they know that it was
Right.
sold with this mileage and now it's got this mileage, they, you do the
okay.
maths, you
Yeah,
can
okay.
figure it out. I mean, what can you do? Well, not really much. I
Nothing.
mean, you could go to
I
consumer
think
rights.
he has an
you
ethic.
know.
Yeah, I mean, if he bought it from a dealer, if he bought it from an individual, what is he
Yeah.
going to do? Sue the guy?
Yeah.
If he can find the guy? To be honest, ethically, you should not sell this car without admitting that the mileage has been tampered with.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, for example, in the UK, dealers will often put a sticker on the instrument panel saying mileage cannot be verified, which basically means
Yeah.
it's been clocked.
So,
know.
at this
isn't
point...
that
if-
common in the
yeah,
UK?
it's like,
Really, at this point, I'm looking at this situation and I'm saying the only way that I could, in good heart, get rid of this vehicle, I'm going to have to take a loss.
Yeah.
I would trade it in at the agency and just be done with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you are not
probably.
going to get the value you want,
No.
but at the same time, it's the right thing to do.
That way, I feel good at heart. It's going to them. They'll
Yeah.
sort through it, and done.
You know, it's just the most horrible thing if that
Yeah.
happens to you.
Because you got ripped off.
You
But
got
what,
ripped
but what
off.
was the car as a Pajero?
Yeah.
It was a Pajero.
But you know what? You could still sell that privately because there's a lot of demand for it. It's a tough, solid car that is liked in certain markets. Somebody may be buying it for re-export, but like if you just put it up there and say we know that the mileage is incorrect, but have a look
I mean,
at
do
it.
a full checkup
you
at the dealership. Say that everything works properly. It has a full report. Everything's healthy. The car is equivalent to a car of this mileage.
Yeah.
I mean, and also the best thing to do is when you put up in Dubiz or whatever is declare the true mileage
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the car.
Yeah.
And if it brings up in conversation, it'll
Yeah,
be
so
fine.
at least you're honest about it. You may still get good money for it because there is a demand for those
Well, I guess
cars.
on the other side, like you're saying, it can't hurt as long
Yeah.
as you're being honest
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
if you're not getting any bites, then just trade it in and
I mean, I've
lick your
sold
wounds.
cars on eBay back in the UK. I've sold cars with one cylinder not working, but I've put it up on eBay and written one of the cylinders is not
Was
working.
it a Hummer X356?
No, it wasn't. No, it was an old Honda Civic. I had a series of Honda Civics, and this one I blew the cam belt, and so it wasn't very good. So instead of fixing it, I stuck it back on eBay. But a guy turned up. He said, "Yeah, no, I want the car. I've got the parts for it, and I want it." And he bought it.
Excellent.
So it's fine.
This is Car Talk, by the way. If you're wondering what you're listening to, Motoring Middle East is in the house. We're taking your calls and SMSs. This is how you can get through to the studio.
Boom, boom, boom.
There we go. With passion. With passion.
Absolutely. Everything we do.
Motoring Middle East is
Everything
here.
we do is driven by you. Sorry.
Shazad, Imtishan, the boys from Motoring Middle East. I don't know where you're going with that.
Queen.
Oh, there we go.
Brian May.
Ahmed's come through, and he's got a dilemma.
Ah, what car is that? Is that Korean? That
So-
must be one of those new Chinese brands.
So
So it's-
Mitsubishi was called the Charisma.
So
Actually a real
it's
car.
taken me 10 minutes to figure out what he's talking about here because I'm not good with the short forms.
You're no good with dilemmas.
Yeah, and he said my GF, and I'm thinking GF girlfriend
Ah.
wants me
Good
to
friend. Hello.
could be good friend. No,
Good friend.
no, because it comes over later. You'll see. My GF wants me to buy a Mercedes,
Yeah.
but I don't have that much money. So he wants to
Used?
know, can you recommend a model that looks good so I can trick her into liking it? The
Well,
GF
you-
has to be girlfriend.
Well,
Well,
I
you
think
know,
it could. I buy good friends' cars all the time, apparently. But anyway,
Well, the thing is, I was going to say that, nearly all Mercedes here, whether they're AMG or not, are generally sold with an AMG body kit. So they all look good.
So,
Even you buy the base,
I don't know how-
CLA or whatever,
Yeah.
you could get it with an AMG body
depends
kit.
how much his budget he has for his good friend. At the
he
end
doesn't
of the,
have a lot of money. He says, I don't have too much
Man,
money.
Easiest answer is second-hand SLK.
SLK.
SLKs,
secondhand.
you can find them at 50k all day long. If you go for the previous gen, yeah, you can find them even less. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not going to say how low they get, but SLKs are cheap second-hand. And look,
Are they going to allow? I mean, is that going to suck me back with
there
maintenance?
are plenty of good garages like Silver Arrows.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
that's why I talked about garages
Oh, yeah,
straight
come on.
away.
Yeah, it's natural.
It's a
I'd go
mistake.
even older. I'd go 80s SEC.
Yeah.
So this is just a car you want.
Yes, of course. But does it look good?
Okay, put you on hold. So what should he be going to get, Sean?
SLK, second gen, third gen SLK. The first gen SLKs are getting a bit old now.
But beware, this is going to cost you repairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But then it depends how much you like your good friend. So at the end of
not
the
a good friend. Oh, well, it could be her. He doesn't want to. He wants to trick her.
Yeah.
Okay, like I just want to say something here.
Yeah.
The two of us are married. Are you able to trick your wife?
No.
This is such a bad idea.
You're going down the wrong path, Ahmed.
No, don't
She's
try
not
and do
going to
that.
be your good friend forever.
Don't try and
Never
do that.
trick
No.
her.
But here's my logic with the going even older, right? Because if you get the car that Imtishan's recommending, then people are like, yeah, but it's old or it's last year's model or stuff. And Dubai is very conscious of these sort of things.
Yes.
You know what I
But
mean?
he doesn't have any money.
Yeah. But if you go even older, you see what happens
Then
here.
you get classic.
If you get last year's car, it's last year's car. But if you get in the 80s car, it's a classic. That's
you
a
really
whole
want
different
it?
level. You know.
That's the way to
Do you
do it.
really wanted to be fiddling with carburetors in the middle of the night?
It's a Mercedes, you know. It's a tank. It'll just go on forever.
All
Just
right,
put,
so
just
there
put
we
vegetable
go.
oil in it.
So
Fine.
Ahmed, I hope that helps. We're heading back to the phone lines. Line 3.
Cool.
Good evening. Welcome to Nightline. Thank you very much for holding so patiently, by the way.
What he's chatting to Esther. That's
gone.
why he called.
Are you there? Hello.
Hello, yes.
Hi.
Hi. So, guys, I have one question for you.
Okay.
I'm looking for Toyota Sienna here in UAE. I mean, I've been in America. My sister got one, and I said, my God, it's a really wonderful car. It's a really big family car. I thought it would be easy to find here since the UAE is a country with families with many kids, and myself, I got so many kids. So I said, my God, I'm going to buy that Sienna, and it's really nice, comfortable, and a family car. So why I cannot find here in the showroom?
That's easy because
Is
the
that
Sienna.
popular or something?
Because the Sienna is not sold in the Middle East. It's a US only MPV. It's a big family car. I think 7-seater, 9-seater. It's a big one, but they've never sold it here. That's why you can't find it here.
They don't bring them here.
You can find imports, and you find a lot of them going up and down between Dubai and Abu Dhabi, carrying lots of people, sort of commuting. But you can find them as cheap US imports, I would say sub 50k. Or if you look at the equivalent car here, which is the Honda Odyssey.
I was going to say, as much as it pains me to say it, for this market, a car that you can buy here that is homologated, is GCC spec, will come with a warranty, would be the Honda Odyssey, which we think is pretty much one of the best MPVs available in the market at the moment, and would stand toe-to-toe with the Sienna. So I'd go look at the Honda Odyssey. Or if you insist on Toyota, I think you can pick up Previas, can't you?
You can pick up Previas, but they're more like hotel cars. They're not really like designed for... They're fine.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a family car. I mean,
it's for carrying people.
Look, yes, it's for the tourism. It's very good. It's convenient. It's small. But once again, the Odyssey I had as well, and the price was shocking.
Yeah, they're not cheap. They're not giving them away. No,
160,000.
What about the Kia Carnival? Kia Carnival.
Odyssey J. There's a small Odyssey as well.
I would no, don't bother with the Odyssey J. Don't even look at that. But I would go and make Honda an offer because I hear they're quite keen for business right now. So you know.
So they're going to have an offer, or they?
No, you have to go and negotiate. Go and negotiate.
If you show up with cash, I don't think 160 is the price you're going to pay. So basically, if you can drive a hard bargain.
So the Kia Carnival, is that the new one they've got here?
That's
the new one. So that's so that would be worth
Kia
looking
Carnival
at as well.
Might be the one to look at. But I'm going to go to the left field.
I checked the Carnival as well. It's very good also. Okay, since they are offering as well, I mean, if you're suggesting the Kia Carnival, what's the lifespan? Let's say, I mean, when I buy Toyota, I know the lifespan. I know the resale price.
Yeah.
But how about Kia? I never had. I mean, I used Volkswagen.
Well, honestly speaking, as you obviously suspect, it'll be less than the Toyota. That's why we're pointing you towards the Odyssey, because the Odyssey will be a more solid car. Is the Chrysler coming here?
The Town and Country, there are a few out here, but they don't really bring a huge amount of them. But you do get the Chrysler Town and Country, the Dodge Caravan, Ford Flex, also a good option.
That's
second-hand. The Flex is a good price.
To me, this is a vehicle that people aren't looking at. I've driven the Ford Flex. I would drive a Ford Flex. I love the Ford Flex.
That actually that's second-hand. It's a very keen price as well.
Nice
that could be
looking,
in your bargain price.
Lots of room. Just a really, really slick machine. That's something you should go take a look at.
Like I said, if you really, really want a Sienna, if you go down to Awir, you will find Siennas, and they're very cheap. You're looking maybe between 20 and 30k.
But the trouble is, then again, it's not GCC spec, it's not warranty.
Yeah, but then again, at the end of the day, it's a Toyota, so it's going to be reasonable.
Our guest wants to get involved here.
Go on.
All right. So since you guys are experts about the cars, if I'm going to buy the Sienna and Harrier, as you said, so
I wouldn't. These guys might do it.
No,
I wouldn't be going down and
I
doing
would
that.
not encourage you.
I want the warranty. I'm scared of these things.
Yes,
So-
about the AC, I'm concerned about the
No.
AC, so it's...
I'll throw another final one into the mix for you. The Volkswagen Multivan. Because I ran one of those for a couple of months and I really liked it as a family car. Very, very great fun and very, very flexible inside. It's got those captain's chairs that turn around and you can have a table in the middle and everything.
What's the price
Very
of those
cool.
things going here, though?
My God, my boys will dance on the table, no.
It's tough enough. It's tough
Oh,
enough.
man.
I'd have to look up the prices,
But
but
You know,
they
I'd
are
still
here.
say Ford Flex because
Yeah.
go and buy it from Altar directly because they are very, very good at working out second-hand deals. They can do very strong price. You'd be very shocked how cheap the Flex is second-hand.
And you know what? You're going to get into this thing. Go and check the Flex out. You're going to get into it. You're going to look at it and go, wow, this is kind of cool. Then you're going to get in it and drive it and you're going to go, this is a beautiful machine and it holds so much. I got big kids. My kids were reclining in the back seats and it's got another set of seats behind it. It enough cargo room.
I'll say it's a better car than
Yeah.
the Sienna, without a doubt. Off
And
the-
it looks cool. Go and I'm telling you, they'll
Okay,
cut you a good deal.
Okay, so for repairing like a Ward, the spare parts and so on.
Very
the
easy. It's a
American
Ford
cars-
product.
Yeah,
And-
but if you're buying new, then it's under
It has a warranty.
with a service
Yeah,
company.
warranty,
So
yeah.
So you don't have to worry about anything. It's a
Yeah.
warranty. If you buy from Avir, there is no warranty, no matter what they tell
But
you.
you
there
go
is
buy
no-
it from
No,
Altair.
definitely, yeah. It's quite difficult, and I will think I'll see 1,000 times, that's
Yeah.
100 times. So, right, so Ford Flex, you're saying,
Go
yeah?
give it. I'd go give it a look. Absolutely.
You're putting your family in the car. Get a car with a warranty. Get
Yeah.
the best car you can. It's not really worth cutting corners, is it?
No, and that's a beautiful machine. Lots of tech in there. Beautiful, beautiful. I'd buy it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, go give it a drive and let us know what you end up doing. We'd love to hear back from you.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Thank
you.
very much
Bye.
for your
Have a great
advice.
night.
That was really good. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. There we go. See, another
There you go.
Interesting question.
Now,
eh?
now Rajan has come back. Remember the gentleman who wants to get the Mercedes
Yeah.
for his GF? Rajan's saying maybe it's just better to replace the GF.
That's actually not the gentleman. It's somebody else having a good
That's
joke.
what he's saying. That's what he's saying to the gentleman with the.
I
wants
would
to-
change my. That's not nice
not
to treat
nice.
your friends like that.
That's not nice. It's possibly correct.
Okay,
but
well,
it's
hold
not
on,
nice.
hold on. Ian, the Skoda guy, he's waiting.
Oh, he's waiting,
And he
okay.
says, "Hi, team. We're a team.
Yeah.
We need. You know what we need? Motoring Middle East bowling shirts.
No. I don't do the bowling shirt
We
thing.
need.
It's his arms
like the
again.
Big
The-
Lebowski. Okay,
the Jack Club
don't
has
worry.
bowling
You know what?
shirts, you know.
Do not worry. I have a place where I can get the bowling shirts made for
You know,
us.
I know you get all your shirts tailored. Yeah,
and
They're
I've
brilliant.
already had bowling shirts made.
Yeah, oh, great.
Yeah. So don't worry. I will get us a set.
Oh dear.
I can't wait.
Long sleeve bowling shirts for this one.
Yes, please. Yes.
So Ian the Skoda guy says, I'm back.
Yes.
And he says, well, instead of a Merc second-hand, what about an Octavia VRS? Big warranty, worth
Yeah,
a
but
look.
his girlfriend didn't
Yeah.
say Skoda.
Ian-
She said Mercedes.
Ian,
That's what she
yeah,
wanted.
The problem is
You
that
see, you show up, you ask for a Mercedes, and you show up with a Skoda, and she's, well, as much as
Yeah.
a wonderful
Okay.
car is Skoda,
Yeah, she's
Okay.
like,
slight
hey,
expectation
darling,
gap.
look,
So,
I
hold on.
bought this car.
Okay,
It's
hold
a
on.
Skoda. She's like, it's a what?
Hold the phone, because Ahmed with the GF, he's come back and he says, thanks, bros. So we're bros.
Oh, bros, man.
Says I'll
Yo,
probably finance a C200 or a
Yeah.
CLA, which I can afford,
Yeah.
but I hate buying stuff on loan, or then I'll get the SLK. I have about just under 100,000 dirham budget.
Yeah.
Through last week, you guys were talking about Japanese imports, so I'll look into that too.
No, don't look at
No.
Japanese
Yeah.
imports.
One thing, I'm
No,
sorry,
no.
just before, one thing we forgot to mention is when you
Yeah,
get
don't go to Japanese imports.
when you get the C200, or like most of these German brands, you can have it debadged. So you get the AMG kit and have it debadged. So
There we
you know
go.
what I mean? It still looks like
Shazad
an
with the
AMG.
sneaky
Yeah.
help there.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Japanese imports. I mean, I've bought one. They're
Yeah.
fine. But this is your girlfriend's car. This is a
Yeah.
car that you want minimum fast. You walk into a dealer, get it serviced.
Yeah.
The Japanese imports
This
is not
is-
the way to go. That's
yeah.
if you're saving
No,
a bunch of money. You look at the Japanese import route.
This is your.
If you're going to
girlfriend.
finance a car and you can
Yeah.
afford to buy it on loan, you know what?
Boom.
Second hand, I think
Yeah.
you'll get a pretty strong. Once again, second hand is the
Yeah.
way to go.
But
And go to
I
Gargash.
just want one
go
more
to
question.
EMC.
I want to go back to the two married people. Can you ever pull the wool over your wife's eyes?
Never.
No. So
No.
you just got to do
What's
the
it
right
like
thing.
having
Yeah.
wool on your face? Is that a married thing?
The wife always knows.
It's a bubble hat.
The wife always knows.
Yeah.
No matter what
Before
you
you've
say,
opened your mouth.
she already knows.
That's it.
You can't win here.
You'll get the look.
If
She's
she's told you what she wants, why don't you? I mean, you really need to sit down and
If
ask
you
her
want her
exactly,
to be the wife.
exactly the car she wants is the one you need to get.
Take her to the dealership
Yes.
with you. Let her point it out.
Yes.
I want that one.
And then sign the check.
And just say it done.
Yes. That's it.
Yes,
Yes.
it's that simple.
Yes.
Don't even think
No.
that you can somehow maneuver this so
Yeah.
that it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
It-
Or else I refer to Rajan earlier, who suggested an alternative
Before
course
it's too
of
late,
action.
there's still time.
This is Car Talk. We love to hear from you. As you know, we've got a lot of opinions on a lot of
And
vehicles.
we're giving relationship advice as well tonight. So
we're branching out.
Car and wife talk.
Car and wife talk.
It's like car and driver, but more flexible.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring Esther in and
Yes.
see what her take is on all of this, because Esther's got her head down because she's nodding because she knows we're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up, Esther.
Right, Esther? We're right, aren't we?
There
She
you
would
go.
bury her
There you
face
go.
in the console under the table. She would do
She's
it
going,
now.
I can't believe these guys are giving relationship advice.
You know what? Why not? Why not?
Here's how you can get involved in the program.
Boom, boom, boom.
Is that like... That's a Prince
That's
version.
with Google.
That's a tribute.
1990.
Now, I just want to make, since you brought it up,
Prince.
Prince,
What
Little
have I
Red Corvette, did you see which Little Red Corvette the Corvette aficionados put up? That's the makers of the Corvette put up.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
It
was a
was
nice
not,
tribute.
and it was not the new one. That's ugly. They put up the nice looking one.
There he goes again.
not ugly.
There he goes again.
Ugly. Even the makers
good
of
thing
the
you can't see
vehicle weren't
shirts,
putting that up.
listeners.
It's like, what can I
Oh
say?
God.
What can I say?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
On that note, let's
On
head to
that note.
let's head to the phone lines.
Yes, do that.
Good evening. Welcome to Nightline.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you guys?
You know what? We're doing very well. What are your thoughts on the new Corvette? Yeah,
they have
exactly.
got the-
She doesn't like it either,
No,
guys.
she loves it.
I don't like it. One beeped at me the other night, and I thought, what the hell was that little Hyundai?
Hey, family show here. Come on.
sorry. I thought,
You
what
do-
was this tiny little beep going? And then it went past. I went, if that was my car and it had a horn like that, I would give it back straight away.
You see?
You do realize it's not the car that's beeping, it's the person inside.
I know.
Okay, right.
But,
Okay, cool.
But that's the opinion.
Anyway, so we are giving relationship advice, but I'm
Yes.
thinking you're calling for cars, right?
Yes, we can do that. We can do the other stuff as well. It's,
Well, Shazad and
it's
I are both
actually-
going by the wife is always right scenario. So
absolutely, yeah.
The safe play, as I like to say.
Well, it's kind of good timing because I've had a relationship with my car called Bruce for the last 4 years.
Excellent.
And unfortunately, Hertz is taking him back because
Oh, no.
he's reached the end of his lease.
So what
So-
exactly was Bruce?
So he is a Dodge Charger RT,
Ooh,
V8
nice.
Hemi.
That's a good
Oh,
news. That's a good year,
That's-
Bruce.
have
yeah.
we spoken before?
This is like Bruce Willis. This is
Yeah.
this is Die Hard.
That's
you know.
exactly it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
Excellent.
where's the question going here?
Well, the question is that in the past I've raced cars. I used to race a little Audi TT doing the autocross.
Right.
So I'm
I'm glad you said you did it on the autocross because we were like, oh no, this is a street racer. Oh no.
No.
Good.
No.
Well done. Well done. Yes.
Keep it on the track.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've had my Audis, I've had my Jeep, I've had this beautiful V8.
This is the lady who's
And-
had the Jeep going back and forth between Abu Dhabi. We've spoken before. There we go. Anyway, keep going. Sorry to
So
interrupt.
what's next? What's next? Now my problem is that I also cart bikes around. So when I went and got the Dodge,
Yeah.
I actually I went down
You're
3
looking
times.
at the Ram. You were looking at the Ram, weren't you?
No.
That's what you want. You want a Ram now.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
I can fit all of them together.
Yes.
But it's kind of important that the bike has to fit in the car. So which is
In
why
the
I
car.
got the Charger. Yeah. So you can fit the bike in the car, which is why the Charger
you
was
could
chosen
fit-
over a Mustang, etc.
You could fit the bike into the Charger?
Yeah. You take the front. You'd be amazed because the back seats go down.
Oh, right,
and it's
right,
got
okay.
a really
We're
Ah.
big
talking a
opening.
motorbike here. Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
push bike.
But you don't want to use one of these bike racks or anything like that then.
Okay, so,
No.
so guys, what's next? What's our next
So
vehicle?
what do you fancy? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you clearly know your cars and you've gone through cars that you like. What do you? I mean, if you've done the sports thing, you've done the muscle car thing. Where do you want to go next?
Well, that's the issue. Is like, where do you go next? And it's a question of when you're used to driving something with a bit of grunt.
Yeah.
I'm now getting all the quotes on things like, they say, well, they're doing deals on Hondas, they're doing deals on Toyotas, you could get a Prado. I'm like...
You're going to hate them all.
I am, because it's like driving a boat. The thing floats all over the place. So is there something which is a really nice compromise of space but power?
Space and power.
Space and Hemi power, that's kind of, you're still stuck with the Charger, because that's really in a class by itself. Unless you look at maybe a Grand Cherokee, those handle pretty well if you get them on with the V8, the RT.
I think you had a Grand Cherokee before, didn't you?
I had the Cherokee Sports. I had the Red River edition, which was awesome in the out in the waddies and everything. Power-wise,
why wouldn't you just get another Charger? Won't they just give you another one?
I guess I could. I just thought, is there something else that...
Yeah, that's easy. 6.4 SRT 392. That's really easy. Or a Hellcat.
Another happy customer. There you go.
I think one of those too. I mean, why would
just get a faster Charger?
Yeah. Why would you mess around? You like it. You already know how to drive really well.
To be honest, it's a very tricky question because the Charger is a class of its own.
The trouble is that...
Or 300C, which is the same sort of car.
The 300C is very nice. We do like the 300C SRT. We just gave it an award as well. Very, very nice. And the great thing about those cars is
they're ugly.
We only get them here. Even America doesn't get them. We get them.
That's the nice thing, except for ugly.
They're not ugly.
Yeah. No. They don't go to. They're not going to the U.S. They're only being sold around
James
here.
is overdue his optician's appointment, so don't listen to anything that he says.
The nurse is on the way.
Hey guys, we got to wrap this up because I got one more caller on hold. So
I think stick with muscle because it's very hard to move away from that. So I would go back to the Dodge Fold and have a look and see what else they've got there.
Or Grand Cherokee SRT second hand. That's the way to go.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Sounds good.
And you know what? Let us know what you do.
Yeah, totally.
I will.
Hey,
Thanks,
nice talking to you. Bye.
Bye.
There we go.
What a great caller. Fantastic.
She knows everything. Hey, we got another caller lined up. One more for the night. Good evening. Welcome to Nightline.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Sorry for keeping you on hold. We only got a couple minutes, so fire away real quick and let's see if we can get your question answered.
All right. Thanks so much. I'm just planning to buy a Chevy Camaro, so I just want to have an opinion from you guys, like there is a resale value, or how about it's a good opinion. I just want to have an idea.
So quick question: Are you looking at the brand new Camaro or the current
the brand new
one?
actually.
The new design.
The new one that's
coming.
Okay,
over to him to Shandan.
The new Camaro is very good. It's actually much more. I'd say it's much better to drive than the old Camaro. It's a bit smaller, but it's much more technology, much more power. It's more modern, up to date. The new Camaro is pretty good. I think you're going to like it. Resale value with any muscle car, there is a fairly big hit on resale value if you sell it within the first 2 years or 3 years. So hang on to that car a little bit. But yeah, it's a muscle car. Any sports car in Dubai always takes a little bit of a hit in resale.
But being an brand new car, I think it'll hold on to its value okay.
For the first
at least
year,
for the first year, it'll do all right.
I mean, if you want a Camaro, there's nothing else like it. You have to get a Camaro.
Yeah. Camaro, you got to go
all right,
for it.
how about buying the second-hand car? Or would be
you'll get good deals on them right now if you go and try and make a deal, because obviously
get one from the dealer, get one with the warranty, and you'll be fine.
Get it from the dealer. Play it smart.
All right.
Awesome.
All
man.
right.
Hey, let us know how you make out with that, and if you get the new one, we want to see that as well.
Totally, yeah.
Great.
Good luck, man.
Have a good one. Happy driving. See, lots of satisfied customers
there
this
you
evening,
go.
guys.
Look at that.
Guys, Motoring Middle East.
Car buying advice, relationship advice. We do it all.
MotoringME.com if you want to find these guys online. Go look them up on Facebook. Lots of news, lots of reviews, video, audio,
everything.
Text. They're completely all over the
We're
internet.
hooked in, man.
Hooked in. They're like hanging 10. They are like awesome. And of course they join me here every week at this time and we talk cars.
We love that. We absolutely love it.
Gentlemen, look forward to doing it all again next week, same place, same time. Have a good one.